So I think the homework is actually already in the README, as it turns out. So it says what we've done already. And then it has your basic homework requirements. Split the page into at least 6 total components. We mentioned more than that, I think, when we were just talking through it. So hopefully you were listening. Bonus credit, split it into at least 10 components, including components in components. By that, we just mean like import one component into another. So Evelyn mentioned this header could be a component, right? And we just did that. But someone else mentioned, who did that? Mentioned this thing, yeah, Joe. Mentioned these links up here could totally be a separate component. So stuff like that. Super bonus credit, render the 4 article links at the bottom of the screen using map and passing in the props they need. So we mentioned that ideally, not only would each of these 4 be their own component, they would be one component reused 4 times. So we could use map the way that we did with the acrobats. And then you would just need to make sure that you pass in the props that make each one of these unique. And it seems like that's just the title and the picture, right? So if those things were in an array, we could map over that array and spit out each of these 4 things. So that's your super bonus credit. Super mega bonus credit. Try making a component that contains a text field for leaving a comment and have the text field appear only when the comments link at the bottom of the article is clicked. So like click comments, have a form show up. Super mega bonus credit, hyper fighting. Actually display comments that are entered and submitted. Now we haven't talked about how to do that yet, right? We haven't talked about how to do input, though the question was asked. I think Kumi asked that, right? Did you ask that? About how we would actually have input? Yeah. So we haven't talked about it yet, but your super mega bonus credit hyper fighting, see if you can figure it out. So pro tip, that I mentioned many times, don't forget about the official documentation. On reactjs.org, the docs are really good, especially under getting started and main concepts. Oh, look, under main concepts, there's forms. Huh. Cool. So don't forget that the React docs are there. I am going to link directly to the React docs in Slack. I'm not going to go so far as to react straight to the forms page. You can find that. You can search the docs, whatever. But the React docs are very clear and have tons of examples. I think they're clear as technical documentation goes. But they tend to be pretty dang detailed and have lots of examples. So give that a shot if you're feeling ambitious. All right, so you have a half hour to go ahead and start now. I know there's still some problems. So go ahead and get started. And as long as this half hour lasts, as long as this half hour lasts, which I expect to last a half hour, I'll be here to help.